Pre-algebra lesson 94, terms and adding like terms, part 1. So this is going to be a very, very simple introduction to the concept of algebraic terms and adding like terms. Quite simply, an algebraic term is any number that has a coefficient, a variable, and an exponent, but that can also be achieved by what's called a constant term, and we'll probably explain that more when we get into part 2. So for all intents and purposes, our terms are going to be anything with a letter, anything with a number in the letter, or anything with just a number. Okay? Anything with just a number is just called a constant term. Anything with a letter and a number or combination of the two is a variable term. Okay? And again, it's called a variable term because it has a letter, which is a variable or an unknown. Great. Now, when it comes to adding like terms, we can only add the same letters to each other, and we can only add the whole numbers to the whole numbers. So let's just hop right into an example, and we'll get a feel for it. Okay. Okay, here's our sample problem. So big I have to zoom out. All right, let's move the book out of the way. Okay, so this is our example problem. We have 3x plus 2m minus 14x plus 2x minus 4m plus 4 minus 2. Now, to add like terms, I'm going to use a combination of algebraic addition and matching the letters with the letters and the whole numbers with the whole numbers. The way I do that, and the best way to do it, since you guys aren't using multiple colors like I am, is to use different shapes, right? So I'll go to the first term, 3x, and I might circle that one, right? Now I look for more x terms, right? That's an m. Now, hey, there's a 14x, but you have to make sure when you circle the terms, you circle the whatever symbol is in front of them. So that's not just 14x, that's negative 14x, right? Hey, look, another x. I'm going to circle that plus sign. That's positive 2x. Okay, and 4, 2. Okay, those are all my x's. They got circles, right? Now I'm going to go to the next item that is not circled. They've got positive 2m. Yep, maybe I'll do a line below those. Positive 2m, negative 4m, and that does it for the m's. Okay, and then the last term, I'll do. Oh, here we go. The constants. I'll put a line above for those. Great. So I got positive 4, negative 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine the like terms using algebraic addition. So I have to combine positive 3x minus 14x plus 2x. Okay, so positive 3x minus 14x, that gives me negative 11x. Negative 11x plus 2x gives me negative 9x. Okay, and notice what's changing here is only the coefficient or the number in front. So that's how this adding of like terms works. I don't ever change the letter, right? Because essentially what I'm saying here is I have 3 x's, or I have negative 14 x's, or I have 2 x's, or maybe we could put a word behind it. Like I have 3 x-rays and negative 14 x-rays plus 2 more x-rays, right? So let's say the doctor started out with 3 x-rays and then the nurse took 14 away, and then the doctor got 2 more. Well, he's left with negative 9 x-rays. Okay. So that's another way to think of it. You can always put a word in there so you can understand. But the letter x does not change. The only thing that changes is the coefficient. Let's do the same thing with the m's. So I have positive 2 music notes. So I have 2 music notes and then 4 get taken away. So 2 music notes minus 4 music notes leaves me with negative 2 music notes. Okay? And that's how that works. The last one, whole numbers. This is just good old-fashioned algebraic addition. Positive 4 plus negative 2 is just going to give me positive 2, right? Now, once I've added all my like terms, this is as simple as this expression can get, right? So all I'm doing is I'm rewriting this algebraic expression to make it as simple as possible, and this is my final answer right here, negative 9x minus 2m plus 2. And now, when you're writing these or grading them, sometimes the book might have it in a different order. They might have written negative 2m minus 9x plus 2, but as long as the symbol in front of your term, the coefficient, and the letter all match, they can be in whatever order you want. It could have been positive 2 minus 2m minus 9x, right? So when you're grading, make sure you have the right terms, and it's okay if they're in different orders. So we'll do one more example problem just to make sure we've got the concept, and that'll be it for this video. Okay, here we go. We've got another one. And again, we're just going to do the same thing we did last time. I'm going to find a way to find all my like terms. So I'll start with the x's. I'll go with circle again. Circle that one. Circle that one. And that's it for x. Let's go to y. Maybe I'll put a box this time. I'll box the y's. Right? So there's all kinds of different ways that you can distinguish and mark off your like terms, but it's a good habit to do them this way as we're learning the concept, okay? And then the whole numbers, I'll just underline those. Okay, so let's see here, the x's. Ooh, this is a tough, what does negative x mean? Well, if you remember I said it's like an item, so if I have a negative x-ray, that's minus 1 x-ray, okay? So if there's ever no number in front, it's an invisible 1. So I've got negative 1x minus 2, so that is actually negative 3x, okay? Now let's do the oranges. I've got 3 yellow, the oranges. What's another word that starts with Y? Yearbooks. I've got 3 yearbooks plus 1 yearbook. Remember that invisible 1. So I've got 3 yearbooks plus 1 yearbook. That gives me 4 yearbooks. And then, oh no, I've got minus 4 yearbooks. So 4 minus 4 is 0y. So the question is, what if it does this? What do I write? Well, I'm not actually going to write 0y. Because 0 times the number y is going to be 0. 0 times anything is 0. So what happens here is this term canceled itself out, and there's not going to be a y in my answer. Okay, so no y. All right, and then the last one, I do the constants or the whole numbers, positive 4 and negative 1. That just becomes positive 3. So now my final answer is just negative 3x plus 3. All right, that's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.